I don't want to ask you anything yet because
That's fair.
that's why I haven't been polite and asked how you're doing. I'm waiting.
This is how all cold opens work. Everyone's quiet. They're getting set up in the background.
Perfect. Yeah, let me put
That's
this
what
lower so you can
editing's
see
for. Yeah.
our matching shirts. Cool. I see it. I put live with Pat in the chat, but I guess it could be interpreted as live with Pat.
Clearly, we're in separate rooms. So.
In the Discord, excuse me. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I know what you mean.
I feel like
you were just here in North Carolina, though, so.
I know, so weird. And you're like 2 hours away, right?
Yeah, a little bit. Depends on what time I leave the house. I was just down there the weekend before, and.
Oh. Twitch.
It's on YouTube or LinkedIn as well.
Yeah.
We're on all the places.
Yeah. There's Jeff. Okay, yeah. I like chatting in Twitch better, but
yeah.
Because I feel like LinkedIn is kind of delayed. Alex, you're going down. All right. Welcome, Pat Clarke. This is Pat. We met last year or in 24 at ATO at the first ATO.
It was in 24, yeah.
Nice. We met in 2024 at ATO. And I guess kind of bonded over education.
A little bit, yeah. It was kind of coincidence. We were at, I think, one of Taylor's presentations.
Oh, yes, that's right.
And we were sitting next to each other.
Jersey on. Yeah.
Yeah.
And he kept calling.
Yeah, I was being obnoxious. Yeah, I was a plant. Everybody.
That's
at hilarious. One of Taylor's talks.
And that room was
then we started talking, and then I recognized you from the internet and stuff, and then we've just kind of had a relationship ever since.
Yeah, cool. And so tell us a little bit more about your, I guess, work life and home life. Also, Pat is a Torque ambassador, and so we're just gonna find out more about him today.
Sure. So I live in Durham, North Carolina. I have lived in North Carolina since 1998. I moved while I was in high school from upstate New York. And so back at that time, it was a bit of a culture shock, but I went to school in Raleigh and then ended up meeting my wife there. Decided to kind of stay in the area and started working as a web developer like a year or so out of college, and have been in the web space ever since. No, Jeff, I don't have an accent. If you're from Central New York, some people might say I still have a little bit of one from there. It's one of those, if you live in a certain area, you'll recognize someone, but no one else cares or would notice. Coincidentally enough, my wife is born and raised in North Carolina. She doesn't have an accent either. So take that for what you will.
Yeah, you don't, but you said you moved in high school?
Yeah, or during my freshman year, I moved out.
Oh, okay. Okay. So I guess it's been long enough to lose the accent.
Yeah, and so when people ask, where are you from? I'm from Durham. I've lived here most of my life.
That is true. This all originated with your guidance counselor episode, didn't it?
Yeah. So was it me unleashing this, or was it Taylor? That's the real question. For those who are unaware, I was a guest on Guidance Counselor 2.0, and Taylor has some icebreaker questions that he kind of asks at the end. And he asked me, do I like to drink coffee or tea? And my answer was neither. I don't drink, I don't love hot beverages outside of a hot chocolate.
That's right. I remember. Yep.
Yeah. And then, so what do you drink? And I had a can of Pepsi on my desk because it is my preferred cola of choice. And yes, I do have an empty one sitting on my desk right now. And no, this is not a sponsorship. I have not gotten a dime.
I should have grabbed a Zevia from downstairs, but I got this tea from Seattle, and it's the tea that screwed me over when I drank it at 9 p.m. the other day. So I'm drinking it now before 9 p.m. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, Pepsi Pat. That's a good one.
Technically, it was born in the Carolinas, so I moved to the right state.
Oh, there you go.
But next weekend, for all the Coke fans, I am going to do the Coke tour in Atlanta next weekend.
Oh, nice. I didn't realize you were
Yeah.
going to Atlanta next weekend. What's going on?
Yeah. My youngest son, so I have two sons. This weekend, we're going to a lacrosse tournament for the oldest. Next weekend, I go to a basketball tournament. And then I have my free time back. These are the last two kind of tournaments of the summer. So
Oh gosh.
looking forward to it.
The last two, yeah, that's good. I went to my nephew's baseball tournament, I think, a couple years ago, and it was like I just hate how you don't know what your schedule is going to be unless they win or lose. Like,
oh yeah, it's stressful some days. Like, thankfully, with my kids, most of the tournaments we go to, you have a decent idea. And so we're all scrolling on our phones, looking at these really terrible schedules and like brackets that say, if you win, you're playing this time. If you lose, you're playing this time. It's just like, God, I could make this so much better.
oh my goodness.
Who has the time? I'm here.
Yeah. Oh gosh. So tell us more, because I know you do a lot of coaching. You do lacrosse and what else? You coach your kids'
Hockey,
teams, right?
ice hockey.
Yes. That's
Yeah.
right.
So when I was in college, I became a certified hockey referee and coach. So there's these levels of certification that you need to do to meet, certain standards. Like most things, it's more, let's put someone competent with your kids usually. And it's a way to, it's like, it ends up being like a feeder system for higher ups and regional teams, national development program teams. So I did both of those for a little while until I started my family. And so I kind of stopped coaching hockey for a while, but sort of like parenting, you realize, holy cow, there are a lot of transferable skills, especially as someone who had no idea what they were doing. And so as my oldest son started to play lacrosse in middle school, they just needed a little extra help. And I happened to have played a little bit in high school. And so I've been doing that for 3 years.
Oh, yeah.
Nothing major. So.
Okay. Because I feel like when we met, you had just started or something. And so you were like,
yeah, a little
need
bit.
to catch up, but I have no time.
Yeah, but now I am, unless my youngest wants to start playing lacrosse, I think I'm in the clear. So one day when they move out of the house, I'll probably do more of it with both sports just because it's easy.
Nice.
And it's fun. It's fun. They don't, coaching your own kids is terrible because they listen to me enough. And other kids, they have more fun with you anyway. So it's just a good way to stay involved and do something for,
Yeah.
I always try and do it with school. So when I'm talking about these tournaments this weekend, I'm not coaching. I'm just a parent. I'm just hanging out.
Oh, that's nice.
Which is nice. Yeah.
Okay. So right at the start, we mentioned that we met at Taylor's talk at ATO in 24. How did you hear about Torque? Like, was it because of Taylor? Like, how long have you been in it?
I think it was because of Taylor. So he and I just randomly connected I don't know if it was just after he left Vaco or what. He was on some podcast that I happened to be listening to. I think it was Syntax. And he was talking about this idea of needing to create a dads and tech group, like just having a support group
Mm.
of people under similar circumstances who, like I said earlier, parents, we don't know what we're doing half the time. We go in with the best intentions and we find, oh, human instinct does kick in and we can do a pretty good job. So he was looking to start something and we connected that way. And then when I heard about Torque and he started bringing it to ATO and presenting, that's kind of when I jumped on board and hopped along. And, the prior year I was kind of an unofficial ambassador. And then I think I did the thing and filled some stuff out for you all and have been trying to be an advocate for you guys
Yeah,
ever
no, and
since.
you've totally, I think I've heard you be an advocate like in person as well. Like heard you say
Yeah,
it.
which
Yeah,
is
that's right. I think in
funny.
last time I saw you was in North Carolina.
Yeah, it was in
ATO
Durham,
AI.
coincidentally. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Um,
Which was your
so
first
what
unofficial
Yeah, yeah,
event.
that was, I was super in my head. Like it was rough, but yeah,
You
I
did
made
awesome.
it through the first one. I was like in and out, yeah. But what why have you stuck around? Why are you totally cool, singing Torque's praises? What do you like about it?
I think it's past job trauma, really. So I was laid off from a job at the very end of 2008. It was my first real job in tech that I don't like to talk about much because it wasn't the most positive experience.
Mm.
But it was more, the people that are running the business, they brought me in because I was learning a very specific skill set. It's a content management system called Expression Engine. If you know what I'm talking about, it means you've been around a long time like me. If you don't worry, you're not missing a thing. It's not something new you need to learn. Um, and so I did the job for like 8 or 9 months and it
Oh,
was
but
fine, but they weren't selling business for my skill set. So I got let go the Monday after me and my then girlfriend, now wife, went to the holiday party. And it was just like, what is this? And so that led into 2009, which was one of the worst times to have gone to college and not be without a job. Cause like you couldn't go to, a grocery store or, you know, any big box store that just needed employees because they knew, oh, as soon as you find something else, you're gone. So
mm.
I went without a full-time job for like 10 months
Oh wow.
and I freelanced, I refereed a ton, and that's part of the reason why I don't do that anymore. Because when you're be nice to referees, folks, they don't make enough money to deal with your crap. Um,
Oh.
if there's one life lesson, take that away. Be nice to referees; they're doing their best. So after 10 months, I did finally land a job, but that lingering feeling of I'm doing all the right things. I was going out, I was meeting people, I was going to meetups at the time, but the job market was so tough. It would just been nice to have. Sometimes I feel like the community is a bit of a support group. I'm not actively looking for a job. I feel fairly comfortable where I'm at. I see myself there for a few more years, hopefully, beyond that. I'm not much of a job hunter or job hopper, but my reality might be thrown on its head. And so I feel like today I'm in a much better position because of just meeting people like you, Roxy, meeting people like Taylor, just having connections, and enough people kind of know about me and know I'm not completely full of it, just partially. No, but it's like I feel like I can be genuine, but it's created kind of a support network where I just have people I would go to instead of blindly applying for things and feel like just through in-person discussions, I've resonated with enough people. It probably would open up some doors for me if I ever needed it. So I want to
Yeah.
make sure that becomes a similar experience for someone else. I
Yeah.
really do.
Um, I was gonna say, my next question was gonna be like, what kind of contributions have you been focusing on? But I also want to mention that you were also a mentor.
Oh yeah, I did. Yeah. So over the last 4 or 5 years, I had switched from an individual contributor to a manager. And I actually found most people don't like that transition. I actually really ended up enjoying it because it brought in like parts of coaching that I don't use day to day, some of those aspects. And I don't know. I think I found a way to help the people that were on my teams and be able to assist them, free them up. And so I felt like I could jump in and do the same thing from a mentoring perspective. And it was a really awesome experience. And the person I worked with, I'm not going to out them, but fantastic individual, did a ton of great, like, I don't, I feel like I was just there to be kind of reassuring and affirmative because they were making all the right decisions. There were times that they were justifiably frustrated, and I was just kind of there. And I've said to them, I think I'm a really good human rubber duck. Like, even if you just have to bounce things and you don't need my feedback, I feel, strangely comfortable and confident doing that. So
Yeah,
it
and I
was a
feel
really
like
fun experience.
yes, yeah, and I know that I've heard very good things um about you being in the mentor program as well. Um and
Thanks.
so kind of jumping off that, like what kind of so that's kind of more leaning towards mentorship, but I feel like that kind of goes with him, like if you're an ambassador and a mentor, I feel like, obviously you are a good representative of the community because you enjoy being so much a part of it that you're in multiple
Yeah.
programs. But like
Yeah.
what's your favorite I want to say what's your favorite type of content to put out, but I feel like you're like a more like an in-person ambassador. Like I feel like I
So I was
don't know.
playing trivia last night with some friends, and one of them works in tech. And he always asks me, he's like, I see you posting about that. Tell me more about this. And so I think that's where I shine best. Like, I am not a in front of the camera person. Like, this is just natural because this, even though this is being shown to tons of people, I feel like it's just a conversation between the two of us, right? And I'm not much of a, like, I would struggle being a dev advocate personally because I don't feel like that's not the role for me. But I have learned and I've been told I'm a decent salesperson, which sounds crazy to me. But I'm just genuine, and when I see something that I find beneficial or works for me and is really, I think the cool thing about the tour community is you get what you put into it.
Mhm.
And the stakes to enter and join are really low, but the relationships, the advice, the networking, like, it's all very organic and it's really easy to get something out of it. Um, so I just feel like doing things in person, talking to folks that I know, like, I play on an adult hockey league team and a bunch of the guys work in tech. So we talk about things from time to time. And then we yell at each other because we have no work rule in the locker room. So, but we talk about things and we talk about, oh, so and so is looking, or this company is doing this. And, when I'm sitting on the bench and I'm exhausted and I don't want to think about work, I just need to focus on drinking a couple drops of water from my water bottle. Is that good enough for the person that asked? I'm
Just a couple
really
drops.
terrible on the fly. Just a couple drops. That's all it takes. But like, when you work in a job and you work in an industry, and I work in an area where I know you all are focusing on because there's a lot of needs here, this stuff just kind of comes up. So just talking about it and being open and honest, it's just really easy. And to answer this question, that happens post game. I don't drink during. Pre sometimes if our games are super late, but mostly post game.
Oh, that's funny. Um,
Oh yeah, when we
um,
have 10:45 p.m. games, I don't want to be up till 2 a.m. I can't do that anymore.
yeah. Oh no, I remember. in roller derby, practice started at 7, we'd finish at 9. And then
Yeah.
sometimes you had like, if you were on a secondary team, you had practice after that. Like I wouldn't get home till 11. I'm like, what is
Uh-huh.
happening? All right. What you kind of answered this, but like who are you trying to reach in this role as a Torque ambassador? And I'm sorry, they want us to start saying Randstad Digital Community. I'm gonna keep forgetting.
Yeah, it's hard when your job completely changes on a fly like that. Who am I trying to reach? Anyone who's willing to listen or put some time and effort into something. And I say that
Approaching
for two
community,
reasons.
perhaps.
One, I've worked with different people, past colleagues who like have struggled in job searches, and they wonder why, because they're not they're just blindly applying to things, they're not getting out, and I see them struggling. Like, yeah, you hear everyone talking about community because that turns into a buzzword, right?
Yeah.
But if you just look to create a relationship, that's how I've gotten my last 2 jobs. I've been at my current one 4.5 years. Prior to that, it was a little over 12.
Wow.
Like I said, I am not a job hopper, but I did those just through connections that I built. Like, what I never went with the intent of I need to get something out of this. It's more, the more people I meet, you just have a casual conversation, you make interesting connections. So like you telling me the first time we hung out about all the roller derby stuff. Okay, I skate, and I'm like,
Yeah.
holy cow, you were, well, this is a professional setting, so I won't say, but you were awesome. That is so cool.
Uh-huh.
I could never do that. I was like, oh, that's really, here's this really cool, interesting, not necessarily connection, but oh, we do these tangential things, and you're way tougher than I am. It's crazy.
No. But I always think about it because there were 2 rinks in the practice space that we used, and there were always people on the hockey rink on the other one, and so you'd
Yeah.
always hear like people getting slammed into the wall.
Yeah, but we're boring and wearing a bunch of equipment. You guys are going against the hard floor with just a helmet, maybe some knee pads.
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
So
it is what it is, but I play against guys one time just like for practice, and oh my gosh.
yeah.
That was
Something
I was just
about
proud of
us with
myself for
helmets
doing it.
on, we it cuts off the circulation to our head and we go all caveman. I don't know why.
Um, yeah, Emre, I don't know what's happening. We'll see. What's something you've learned from other community members?
Whew. How much perseverance a lot of people have. I mean, certain people in the Discord share a ton of their job search or their job transition. I'm looking at some of the names that are popping up. A couple people have moved, a couple people have left, secure full-time jobs to do something else, and they find themselves one in maybe a better place or a better financial situation, or maybe it's not the best situation for today, but it's leading towards something better tomorrow. Whereas I'm, like I said, I'm the job monogamous, I guess, where I just stay somewhere because one, I hope that I've proven I'm useful and effective, and hopefully at the end of the day help a company make money so I can, take care of my family. And I see people like taking big risk and doing things that kind of inspired me to do some stuff on the side, or have opened my eyes to, oh, there is some potential for me to help out in different ways where it's beneficial for me. And then the other thing is, really, a community is just a group of people. Kind of go to Emre's comment. Okay, you all are, there are corporate reasons why the name might be changing, but the core of it stays the same. You could change the logo, but it doesn't change the people behind it. And when I bet my career on things, I'm still going to bet on other people. And also, I'm always secretly scouting too. I think you and I have had this conversation in private. It's just like, I'm longing for the day I can hire folks. I might not be able to afford to work with, you know, Randstad, but maybe I'll work somewhere where I can, and then it's a mutual benefit for everyone. But I'm always looking for folks that might be able to fit a need without, posting a job and then all the bots, make my life miserable for 4 months, like other managers have to deal with. So
Yeah,
just getting
no.
people together and sponsoring something, I'm willing to play the game if it one helps people, and then, one day it might help me.
Yeah, no. I feel like that's a really big perk, I guess, is that we do so much. You can network through this community, whether it's virtual or in person. And you're totally right. I mean, I personally enjoy our little logo, but but yeah, it's like, we're gonna be the same people regardless of
Yeah.
what umbrella we fall under. Um, but yeah, it's about that time. Do you have anything you want to share? Where can people find you? Where are you active? Um, I noticed I was looking at Twitter because on the airplane. I was trying to like retweet something to like say that this was happening. So I went on your Twitter, and I love that like one of your last posts was from January about posting more.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm terrible about. So you have to remember, I used to be a day one Twitter user, and it's just changed so much for me.
Yeah.
Also, I've gotten a lot busier. LinkedIn is always the best place to find me. If you search Pat Clarke Dev, it shows up. That's where I probably post the most, and I'm trying to post less
Yeah.
about
I would have to
work
agree.
stuff and tech stuff. Discord's probably the best place to find me, whether I'm posting or not. I'm usually looking. I stay up in the conversation. And today, wow, it went all over the place this morning, especially in between your travel, which I got to commend you. You were in North Carolina just a few hours ago and then hopped right back up here. So
yeah,
while I may be terrible on Twitter to post, I will reply.
I know. I was like, go harass him on Twitter. See if
yeah. Trick me back on Twitter.
Nuts. It was really funny because I took a plane nap, or I tried to. The person next to me was one of those people. Both rides. It was like they both just wanted to take as much room as possible, and I was like, this sucks. I scoot all the way over, and you're still touching me. But anyway,
everyone has the outsides. Insides get both armrests. People.
I know. What's a Deku? Oh, I see. I like the TARDIS.
So this little guy right here is, if you can't tell, I'm a nerd. Also, I had beige walls in this room and not much stuff, and so I've slowly put together. Deku Tree is from The Legend of Zelda, and that's a Lego set from it that I got for my birthday 2 years ago. But in some ways, it just looks like a little bit of art or a little bit of foliage. And then, I've got this TARDIS, and then I don't know if you've seen that print.
Oh no, I didn't see that one behind you.
That's a cool one. I will definitely send you a link to that.
Yeah, I used to
from a really cool artist.
Oh, okay. And say I used to be so into Doctor Who that like I decorated one of our bathrooms and before the kids. Fully Doctor Who.
That's fun though.
Yeah. But all right. Well, thank you so much. If anyone wants to connect with Pat. Oh, hey, Ron just got here. Sorry, Ron. We're just wrapping up. Oh, and then Jeff asked you a question about the Switch 2, I think.
Yes, I saw the Ocarina of Time release for the Switch 2. I was talking about it with the person who cuts my hair. And
hang on. Hold it up again. This has to be the screenshot.
We're going to be forced to both buy a new Switch just to play that game. Yeah. But for anyone that still wants to chat, I'll hang out in the Discord for a little bit after this. And other than that,
thank you so much. And I know you've been busy today, so I hope that you have a nice relaxing afternoon.
Well, thanks. I hope you get a little bit of downtime. No
Yeah.
travel.
Yeah. Yeah. Awesome. Thank you so much, and I will catch you in the Discord.
Sounds great. Thanks, everyone.
You can answer that in the Discord. Bye.
Yeah.
Oops, hang on. And
And yeah,